What's going on YouTube? It is that black dude. Haven't vlogged in a very long time, but woke up with some sad news today. Saw the notifications on the phone, and I saw rest in peace Akira Toriyama. Saw it on one of my videos that I had done a while back ago, and so checked it out, and then I just decided, okay, this is weird, let me go ahead and Google it. And sure enough, right there on the front page, said that Akira Toriyama had passed away. It said he passed away on the 1st, but looks like we're just now getting the news. And so, very sad day for us to find out that the creator of Dragon Ball is no longer with us. So, thank you, Akira Toriyama, for all the great memories, all the other stuff that you created, games and mangas, and especially Dragon Ball. Definitely, as a person, I'm sure you're going to be missed. As an artist, writer, creator, you're really going to be missed. For me, Dragon Ball was, I don't want to say something I grew up with, but I discovered it as a teenager and would watch it on and off when it was available on TV. I didn't really get into Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z until much later, until I was, I must say, early 20s. And so this was like in the 2000s when it hit Toonami, and it was Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z around the Cell Saga, and then they ended up starting over, and I got to watch Dragon Ball Z from the beginning. And then eventually I ended up being able to see the original Dragon Ball, which I didn't even know that was an original Dragon Ball. And I watched that all the way through, and it was just awesome. It was mind blowing. And then on top of that, internet was still pretty early back then. I ended up finding a website that was streaming the Japanese episodes, and so it would stream at midnight in our time zone, and I would come home from work. I would haul ass home from my job. I would get off at midnight, and I would get home about 12:15, and I would only be able to catch half the show, and that's all I would need, because I would have the transcript. It wouldn't be in English, it would be in Japanese. I would have to plug the phone into the computer laptop and then read the transcript of the episode and try to figure out what was going on. And so they were in like the Majin Buu saga, which wasn't even airing on US networks at the time. It wouldn't come out till a couple of years later. And so, I mean, I was really big into Dragon Ball back then, Dragon Ball Z. And I mean, I watched the OG Dragon Ball and Z, and man, those shows got me through some tough times. And it wasn't like I know a lot of casual fans that just look at it because they want to see some cool fights. I started letting my kids watch it, and man, all they do is they'd skip around on the internet and try to watch fights, and then they'll ask me a million questions about the show. Who's stronger? Well, why don't you just watch it episode from episode? Stop skipping around. But the show had a lot of depth to it, a lot of character development, and so you watch characters from way back and how they develop until current, you know. The characters' personalities would change. They would have growth over time. Some of them would have different relationships. And I mean, it was just an incredible show all the way through. And of course, the action, the tension, the build-up, the relationships again, especially with Goku and Gohan from time to time. The father-son dynamic. For a lot of kids who have father issues, for instance, Gohan, when he first turned Super Saiyan in the hyperbolic time chamber, that was something right there. I remember when I first saw it, I almost cried. I had to keep myself from crying. And, you know, to a certain degree, I've had some issues and with my father, and that was one of those things. And I think he was sitting right there too. Finally, like, that was Dragon Ball was like one of those things where it's that good that you want everybody to enjoy it with you, especially when you're kind of young. And I was a young adult. I stayed home with my parents a long time. It took me a minute to get up to get on my feet. And so he's finally there watching the show, and I'll be damned. Gohan's pushing as hard as he can go. Goku not exactly being soft on him, but he's encouraging him, and Gohan, with his father's encouragement, and not in a negative way. My dad would, like, oh man, when he would try to encourage me, I wish you were like somebody else's son, and compare me to other folks. And it'd be, you know, in sports, and I hated sports, but I loved martial arts. And I didn't even want to play sports. Like, that was my thing. I hated sports. And so when I did play, I played because he got on my nerve. And I wish he was doing this. Or you could be a millionaire. Or you did that. Fuck. So I played because of him. But watching that Goku and Gohan dynamic, and Gohan wanting to train, and he's pushing himself with his father's encouragement. His father's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and push you. And he does it. It was one of those things where I almost cried. Like, real tears. I had to keep myself from doing it. I don't know if I end up getting up and leaving the room or what. But it still gets me to this day. And some of the other things. I remember Goku going Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, which technically wouldn't be his first time, but it was the first time we seen him go Super Saiyan 3. That was another one of those moments where we're seeing him push himself. We're seeing him try to pass the torch, because he could have beat Majin Buu at that point. He could have actually beat Vegeta, but he let Vegeta think that he was stronger, and he took that blow and went down. Oh my goodness, when Vegeta did when he exploded himself and sacrificed himself, they're a big character moment. Something else that just brought tears. You know, all these emotional moments. It's just, man, Akira, I hope Akira got all his flowers while he was here, and we're still giving him flowers after he's gone. And, well, break's over with, y'all. But rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Thank you for everything. Definitely a sad day. Let me get out of here. Peace out.